everyone, it's Diane. I'm going to make a second card of a card that I previously made today. I needed another one, so I thought I would do the second one on video. This stamp is by Whippersnapper, and this little guy's name is Napoleon. And this is by Printworks, and it says Bloomin' Good Wishes. So those are the two stamps I'm going to work with today. And this is the card that I made earlier today, and I'm going to make another one. So that's where we're going with this video. So I started out with a piece of white cardstock, and I used this Martha Stewart punch. These are really large and they are heavy. They make a really nice border. So I punched along the top edge, and then I added some purple cardstock inside so that you would have some color when this was shut. And this little scalloped edge is with a Stampin' Up! Punch. So that's how I got that part. So I think I'll add the little sentiment right now, and then I'll put this aside for a minute. The Bloomin' Good Wishes I stamped, embossed in black, put a little bit of purple ink around the edges. And I'm just going to put that inside. I was thinking of putting it on the outside, or not the outside, on the outside of the card, but it was just too big of a sentiment. So I'm just going to put it right here, kind of at an angle on the inside. So that's where we are with that. We'll set that aside for right now. And then I have this layer here. I just, again, took that same purple cardstock and attached this pattern paper to it. And this paper is by La-Di-Da Paper Crafts and Gifts. And it's called Purple Pizzazz Flowers. And that has this side, and then it has this side. So it's really pretty paper. So that's what I used for the front. And I am going to put some photo corners on it using this little punch here. I've already ran them through my Xyron, so I can peel that off and get those on. I'm just going to put these in the little corners just to add a little bit. The corners looked a little plain to me when I first made it. So we're going to put these on the left side, on the top, and the bottom. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so we've got that done, and then I have this purple crinkle ribbon and then this green vine ribbon. I love this one. I've used it a few times on a few different cards. So I'm going to start by attaching the purple to the back, just so it'll stay in place while I'm playing around with it. And let's go about there. Okay, so that's going to come up here and go around to the back. But first I want to twist some of this vine ribbon around it. So I'm going to cut off a couple of these petals just so that on the back side there's just a little less bulk. And then I'm going to tape it down now that I've got it trimmed. Go ahead and tape that on top of the purple. And then I'm just going to start twisting it around this purple. And I think I'll cut some of this off just so it's less bulk to play with. Okay, so just going to twist, twist, just wrap the green around till I get it where I want it. It's a little awkward to play with, but it works out in the end. Okay. And then I can come back and play with it a little bit more when I'm putting it down. So I think that'll work okay. No, I want one more twist right there. This was probably the most awkward part of the whole card. And of course it went faster when it wasn't on video. Okay, so I'm just going to put it there and then come back and play with it. out of my way. Again, I'm going to cut off this one little leaf, and then I'm going to tape that down and see if I want that one to stick up at all, depending on how I play with it. Okay, so just kind of play with that a little bit, get the little leaves poking out. Okay, so I think that's going to work. So now I can go ahead and attach all of this to that card. And I think I'll go back in and cut this one little leaf off. There we go. Okay, now I can attach this to the card. I'm trying to hide the edge of this little lattice, and then I want to leave a little bit of the white showing on this edge. Okay, so there we go with that. And then I think I'll come in with a little glue dot just somewhere in the middle and hold that. Let's see if I have any on here. Just pull it off. Usually I go directly to it, but I'm going to put it on with my tweezers so I can play with that little greenery later. Okay, so next I stamped out this little bug, got him all colored up with my Copics, and I want to attach the flower before I attach this to the card because I'm going to put a brad. So this is the little flower. I'm going to poke my little hole in there, and then I had these little silk flowers that I got probably at Michael's or Joann's, and I sprayed them to make it a little darker purple, a little more like the color, and I used the Lindy Stamp Gang, the Starburst spray, and this one is Wisteria Purple Blue, and that's the color that I used to get this to turn into that. And then I just added a little yellow brad because I colored his eyes yellow because there really wasn't much color to him other than the green and purple. So I wanted to add one more color. So I colored his eyeballs yellow because he's a bug. And then to bring that color in, I went ahead and used a yellow brad. So I'm going to fold that down. And there we go. And there's the little flower. Puff that up. Okay, now I can attach this to the card. And then we can kind of decorate up the little bug. So probably put it, slide it in under there a little bit. I think I want it over a little bit more, so I'm going to lift that up, move my ribbon over, and put it probably right there. Okay, so I'm going to play with a few other little things on here to get him finished up. And I'm going to use some stickles and the Viva Decor paint pen and a little white pen, and then I think we can call it good, except for it's looking crooked. There we go. Okay, so I stamped up and colored another one of these earlier, and I put the paint pen in there and decided to darken up the edges of my flower, and I stuck my hand in it, smeared it everywhere, and had to color a whole new image. So I'm going to put a little bit of this lime green stickles on his little feet. Give that a little bit of bling. Feet and hands. I guess all those little things are called hands. Not really sure. Okay, so we've got that done. I think I'll add a little bit to his eyelids too. Add a little more sparkle to him. There's our green. And then I think I'll put a little bit of yellow on this brad, just to bling up this brad. Okay. And then I'm going to take this paint pen and dot his antenna, and then I'm going to make bigger eyes. I think these eyes are kind of small, you don't really see them. Okay, so there's his eyes, and then I'm going to come back, when that dries, I'm going to come back like I did on this one and add 2 little white dots on top of that, but I can't do it yet until it dries, so that has to go after the video. So that's it. I think that's the end of it. So there's the second version of the card I made earlier today. So thanks for watching. Bye.